Hello, how are you doing today? Oh, we've got a really great topic today. I'm Dina Cataldo. I am a coach for lawyers, a master certified coach who helps lawyers build their practices without the overwhelm. And today I'm going to share with you three reasons why you're not making more money in your practice or billing more hours in your practice with the work that you already have. And this is important because when you recognize this, you will be able to bill more hours, right? If you're working for someone else or even in your own firm, and you will be able to make more money in your own firm and make more money for any firm you work for. So, this is incredibly important for you to really understand these three reasons why you're not making more money in your practice right now with the work you have. And I want to introduce you to something that I'm doing next week that is really special, and it will help you start dissolving some money mindset issues that you might have that are preventing you from growing your practice, that are preventing you from really building your business so that you can become partner or hire the attorneys that you want, the assistants that you want for your firm. So I'm I'm doing this next Thursday. It's going to be at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And the only way you can join me is if you go and sign up at dinacataldo.com/money masterclass. That's dinacataldo.com/money masterclass. And when you meet up with me next week, we are going to talk about all things money. We're going to talk about why you might feel uncomfortable talking about money and start dissolving some of those beliefs. We're going to be talking about the reasons why you may not be billing more in your practice. And they're really subtle thoughts, just like the ones we're going to be talking about today. These things are not things we're taught in law school or in our law firms or anywhere. So it's important that we have all of this in our awareness so that when we are billing, when we are talking to potential clients or clients about money, that we are clean about it. And when we are, we're able to expand our ability to make more money. And when we don't see these things, we really hinder ourselves from growing. And I've seen this time and again with my clients. They have really good practices. They get lots of referrals. They're even growing, but they are in the grind. They are working so hard, and it really seems like in their mind, like I should be making more money because I'm working so hard, and they're not. And I'm going to break all of those reasons down, and we're going to get to help you change some of those beliefs so that you can begin growing your practice. So go to dinacataldo.com/money masterclass right now, and you will be able to sign up. I've also posted a link in the comments below. Okay, so let's talk about three reasons you're not making more money in your law practice. So, the very first reason I want to talk to you about is one that our whole society has been teaching us since we were little kids, and that is we need to work harder so that we can make more money. That the amount of effort that we put into something is what is going to create money for us, that's going to create success for us. And I have learned, and my clients have learned, that that simply is not the case. All right. So when we spend a lot of time on something, it does not mean that we are going to make a commensurate amount of money, right? Like the effort we put out doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to receive that value back in monetary gain. And let me put it this way, like you see people who are doing really hard work, really efforting. They've spent a lot of energy on the work that they do. It could be people who are working manual labor jobs, right? You know, we're really fortunate. We get to work in an office, it's air conditioned, all that good stuff, weather conditioned. And someone who's working really hard out in the elements is not getting paid the commensurate amount. Or let's even look at teachers. Teachers are there to teach children. they're supposed to be raising the next generation when we're off at the office, and yet they are devalued in our society. So the amount of work that they do, even the quality of work that they do, isn't necessarily going to give them an equal amount of return on their investment of time, their investment of energy. Okay, so if it's not true in one area, you know that it's not true in every area. Okay, so this truth that society pushes on us that if we work harder, we're going to make more money is simply not the truth. What creates value? Our brain. With our brain, we can create value and we can do it in the way that we want to do it. Here's an example. If you have a practice that is currently filled to the brim with your best clients, then you know that it may be time for you to raise your rates, right? If you're constantly telling yourself, I'm busy, I have way too much to do, you find yourself working evenings and weekends, it may be time to start reviewing your rates again. Same thing goes with if you have a practice that is, you tell yourself, I'm super busy, and you don't have all ideal clients. Look at what's going on. Are you taking in practice areas that you don't necessarily like? Are you an estate planning attorney who's maybe taking criminal cases? Like you don't like criminal cases, then it's time to release those and focus your attention on the cases that you enjoy. The amount of money, the amount of success that you're going to create in your life has nothing to do with the amount of hours that you're working, because you can focus your attention on those estate planning cases and you can begin either raising your rates, you can begin bringing in more ideal clients, you can begin focusing on your current clients and recognizing if you're billing appropriately, if you're skipping billing, that kind of a thing. And what we're going to talk about next is something that I know a lot of lawyers that I talk to struggle with, which is sending out their bills. So that gets me to the second reason you may not be making as much money in your law practice that you want. So this is something that I hear a lot from attorneys. So if this is you, you are not alone. They think that there is something wrong with them if they're not sending their bills out right away. There's nothing wrong with you if that's you. What's going on is what's going on in your head. All right. So your brain is telling you something like, I should have sent that bill out 3 months ago, or they're going to think that I'm a bad attorney, or they're going to think that I'm unprofessional, and you feel embarrassed or you feel shame. And I want to share with you, although this is really normal, it's totally unnecessary and it's preventing you from making more money in your practice. And maybe you're working at a firm and you're exclusively dealing with billing. You're not necessarily sending out the bills yourself. And you're not checking your hours at the end of the day or the week. And then by the end of the week, you just tell yourself, I should have checked my hours earlier in the week. I should have billed contemporaneously and I didn't. And then you notice you're like, okay, well, I guess that's it. I can't do it. Or you wait until the very end of the month. You're just like, well, if I waited this long, I might as well wait till the end of the month. I'll just do it all then. And then you're killing yourself at the end of the month trying to add up all the hours and you're missing tons. And you're telling yourself that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't learned the skills to really focus your brain, focus your attention on what is really a priority. And then what I want to share with you, this is the third reason you may not be making as much money as you would like. Okay, and we're going to be talking about these more in depth during the masterclass. So make sure you sign up for the Money Mindset Masterclass at dinacataldo.com/money masterclass. So the third reason you may not be making as much money as you like is because you're not billing because you think that you don't have enough time, right? You think you're not billing because you don't have time to bill. That is something I hear so often, and it puts us in this rat race where we're constantly putting off billing. We're constantly putting it off till the end of the week, to the end of the month. Then we're a month behind, and then we feel like we're constantly running on this hamster wheel. and not able to catch up. And then we tell ourselves that we're behind. It feels horrible. And that kind of heavy weight that we're putting on ourselves is not going to help us get into the mindset where we are prioritizing billing, because billing is the bread and butter of your firm, whether you're working for someone else or you're working for yourself. And if you're not prioritizing billing, you are not going to be bringing in money. And money is what feeds the baby. Okay, businesses are babies. Doesn't seem like that, right? Like you think it's a law firm, it's this giant corporation. Or if it's your own firm, you're thinking like, oh my gosh, it's just like this thing that I'm constantly running around in. Like, no, these are the babies. Okay, we've got to feed the baby. And if we're not consciously aware of where we're prioritizing, we're not going to make billing a priority, right? We're going to think that work is the priority and that billing is not a priority. And here's what I want to share with you, because I know a lot of you, right? I think most lawyers go to law school because we want to help people. We want to be of service in some way. But I want to share something with you that you may never have thought about before, is that you didn't actually go to law school just to serve other people. We went to law school because we wanted to learn something valuable so that we could put something valuable into the world in exchange for something valuable. And what's that? Money. Because we wanted to be in a profession where we thought that we were going to receive money in return for our services, and hopefully a good deal of money. But if we're not paying attention to the priority, which is feeding the baby, if we're not paying attention to the priority of billing, of sending out the bills, then we are not going to be able to expand our ability to have more money, to grow our practices, to make partner, because of course the higher ups are always looking at, is this attorney bringing in cash? We're not even talking about building a book of business. We're talking about making more money, being of more value with the business that you already have. This is going to help you so much because you're not going to increase your overwhelm, right? Because like working harder is not going to get you money. What we're going to do is we're going to calm things way down so that you can focus on what's a priority and be able to really move forward in your practice in a way that is serving you, that is serving your clients, and that is serving, of course, the business. So join me for the Money Mindset Masterclass for Lawyers. Go to dinacataldo.com/money masterclass. We are going to dig deep into these. We just kind of brushed the surface today of some of the things that may be happening in your practice to prevent you from making more money in your practice. I really want to share with you that there are so many things that you can do right now with the business you already have and really get some awareness around this so that you can expand your ability to have money in your practice. Okay, manage your time in a way that is prioritizing what's important and do it in a way that feels really good. So join me for the masterclass and I will see you there. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Oh, and one more thing. Join me for the podcast. So listen to Be a Better Lawyer podcast tomorrow. It's going to be episode 243 if you're watching the replay. So you'll be able to go to dinacataldo.com/243 if you're listening to this after Thursday, January 19th. I want you to listen in because we're going to be talking about time mindset and how that is linked with the money that you're bringing in. All right, my friends, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.